Today we have a video with super cute 3-week-old Labradoodle puppies. These little Labradoodle puppies are from our southern neighbors litter at Van Isle Labradoodles. In today's video we're going to go through each of the puppies in their birth order, tell you a little bit about what each of them's been up to, what the litter's been doing overall, and just give you a little update on their mama as well. Austin is their beautiful mama Labradoodle, and this is the first video we have done with the puppies without their mama present. And it is also the first video we've done for these little Labradoodles where they're removed from their litter mates and we're doing them individually like this with no mummy in the room. So the big news for this litter for this week is that everybody can hear, everybody can see, and they have moved from the maternity ward out into the nursery in our doodle den. These little Labradoodle puppies took that move in stride. They were not the least bit concerned about moving from one spot to the other, and our little Labradoodle mama Austin has also adjusted to the move without any issues at all. So we have all three of our litters out in the doodle den now, each of them separated from one another, and each mom has her own little space with her own puppies. So we're going to do the puppies in birth order, and we're going to start with Miss Purple Collar Girl because she is the firstborn in this litter. And this little beautiful Labradoodle puppy is a red and white puppy. She is almost a tuxedo, but she just doesn't quite meet the criteria for that. For a tuxedo, we need to have white right the way around the neck. We need white to be a little up, halfway up all of 4 paws, and a little bit more white on the face and head. So this little girl is a pretend tuxedo, or just not quite so fancy as a tuxedo. She's just not quite that dressed up. She is still stunning. She's beautiful. She is a very confident little girl. She's very affectionate, as you can see. She loves to snuggle in and give you kisses. And she's one of the ones who is almost always sleeping in the crate. She loves to be cuddled right up in the very back of the crate, all snug as a bug. These little puppies are all still nursing from Mama Austin, and over the next week we will start introducing them to solid food, but probably not until just after they turn 4 weeks old. Their whole systems are not quite mature enough yet to take on solid food. No, not quite yet. Not quite yet. And Austin is still doing a great job of providing them with all the nourishment they need. And so little Purple Collar Girl now is 982 grams. So she is getting very close to that 1 kilogram mark. Now, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I hope you do, if you take a look at the litter update for our much anticipated litter, which will come out the day after this video, you'll see that these puppies, even though they're a week younger, they are the same or bigger than those other puppies. And that's because these are medium Labradoodle puppies and Holly's puppies are mini Labradoodle puppies. So even though their birth weights in the first couple of weeks, their weights are very similar, once we get to around the 3-4 week point, then you start to see that change. At 4 weeks, the minis will start to drop off in their weight gain because they just don't get as big as the mediums. So that's our Purple Collar Girl. Next we have Dark Blue Collar Boy. Hi, sweetheart. There you go, little girl. Hi. Hello, handsome. This little guy is just a little sweetie pie. He is a caramel color. So whereas purple is a red, this little guy is a caramel. Still has red tones in his caramel, but he definitely has a little bit more of the brown coloring. His nose looks like it's probably going to be brown, but it hasn't quite made up its mind yet. So we'll just have to wait and see to get his final verdict on his color. And this guy is very much like his Papa Copper, aren't you? Yes, you're very much like your Daddy Copper. This little Labradoodle puppy is going to have the cutest little curls. And you can see he has excellent eye contact where he was listening to me there, looking right into my eyes, getting some cues from me and getting his reassurance from me. That's always a very good sign with our puppies, isn't it? Yes. And you can see by the little waves already showing on his forehead there that he is going to have just the cutest little curly face, just like gorgeous Copper does. And the rest of him, you will see, he doesn't have anywhere near the same amount of curl on his back. His coat is much straighter there. So probably he'll be quite similar to Copper in that respect. Copper has far more curls on his head than he does on the rest of his body. Are you going to look like your papa? I think so, yeah. And this little sweetheart has lovely little white markings on the chest and under the chin to really set that gorgeous coloring off. Really pretty little caramel Labradoodle puppy. And dark blue color is 834 grams. Yes, you are. Just doing great. So that is dark blue. Next we have little red color. This little girl is a little sweetie pie, and she is a red. And we know she's red because she has a black nose, and we can see quite clearly that her nose is black, her pads are black, and her lips are black. So the nose, pads, and lips are referred to as the leathers. And if you have black leathers and you're this color, then you're a red dog, if you're a Labradoodle. If you don't have the black, if you have a brown nose, brown pads, and brown lips, then you are a red caramel. So this one though, this is a red girl. She is a red Labradoodle, aren't you? Yes. She too has those lovely curls on the top of her head. This little one, she's going to be the cutest little muffin. Oh, she's just going to be the doll of the litter, I think. She's smaller. She is in fact the smallest puppy in the litter. She has been the smallest for quite some time. That hasn't changed. So I think those little the petite size, along with the curls on the head, and oh, you're just going to get the most adorable little creature ever. That's what I think. I think so. She has an adorable personality to match her little Labradoodle good looks. And then she has all that beautiful white as well to set off that gorgeous red coloring. There's something that's very special and very striking about a red and white Labradoodle. It's a really lovely color combination. And Miss Red Collar, our little tiny little petite girl, is 730 grams. And when I say she's tiny and petite, I don't mean she's going to be a mini. I just mean she's the tiny petite one in the litter. Yes, that's what we mean. But she has a big personality. Yeah, okay, bye. Lovely eye contact on that puppy. Next we have Mr. Brown Collar Boy. Hi, buddy. Hi, this is our handsome fella who is a party, and he is just getting his nose coming in too, and it could be brown, it could be black. His feet could be brown, they could be black. We're not quite sure yet. We're just going to wait and let that settle out a little bit more. It looks like it's going to be a black nose, but I can't see for sure. And this handsome fellow, you can see, has a half a stash. He's got a mustache over on this side of his face, but on this side he has no coloring. So he's got the half stash. We call you half stash, right? He too has really nice eye contact, pays attention. This is a very gentle puppy. He's very calm, he's very relaxed, and he's always kind of, oh yeah, okay. He just takes things as they come. And he has this very pretty little ear here that's two colors with the white on the end of it. Just one of my favorite things is in the parties when their ears are two colors. And on his back, can we show everybody your back? He has just the one big blob of color here. His tail, which is unusual, is all white. Usually on parties, you have some coloring on the tail. It's more common to have the coloring on the tail rather than on the body and not on the tail. So because he just has that one blob of color and then the coloring on his face, he's really technically an extreme party. An extreme party is if the body is more than 50% white, which you are. Yes, you are a very special boy because you're an extreme boy. Mr. Brown Collar has cracked the 1 kilogram threshold, and he is 1.07 kilograms. So he's just having a great time gaining weight, getting stronger, and just becoming more and more delightful every day. So that's Brown Collar Boy. Next we got Orange Collar Girl. And she too is an extreme party, just like her brother there. And now that she's lying down right here, we'll show you. She also has no color on her tail. She has no color on her body. She just has the beautiful caramel color on. Oh, she has one little spot. I beg your pardon. I always miss that one little spot she has. Hello, sweet angel. She just has the beautiful color on her face, and she has an even more pronounced half and half ear. Yes, you do. This little girl is quite a little petite baby too. She's very, very quiet. She's quite reserved. And she too has those beautiful copper curls on top of her head. And she's going to have some curl on her ear too. You can see her coat is really lifting a lot. It's come away from her body a lot. So I suspect she may be one of the puppies that has a little bit more curl than the other ones. What do you think? Are you going to have more curls? And again, her nose is sort of filling in. So it looks like it's going to be black, but I am not going to say for sure yet. If it's black, then she's a red and white party, a red and white extreme party. And see, when I look at her lips, they're kind of mottled. They're sort of brown, they're sort of black, they're still pink. So she just hasn't finished developing her color on her leathers yet. And she's a very quiet girl too. And she also adores being in the crate and all snuggled up in the far back corner. She comes out very quickly when you come out, but she really likes getting all snugged up in her little cozy little nest there, don't you, baby girl? And Miss Orange Collar is weighing 954 grams. So she will soon be over that 1 kilogram mark. Hey, that's what a good girl you are. Next we have Green Collar Girl. There we go. A green collar girl is the opposite from orange collar girl in that she is all one color. She does not have white on her. So she's quite unusual for a copper puppy. Almost all of Copper's puppies have lots of white on them. And we have 19 Copper puppies right now. In Copper's other litter, he has 11 kids. And in this litter, he has the 8 kids. So out of those 19, this is the only puppy that doesn't have a substantial amount of white. So it's kind of interesting. Genetics are always fun, and how colors and patterns go are always interesting. Green collar girl is a very stocky girl, as you can see. She has a big blocky head. Yeah. And I don't know if she's actually red or she's going to be a red caramel. I have a feeling she's going to be a red caramel. I think that nose is going to be brown. I don't think that she's going to be a red. Oh, and she does make a liar out of me. She has these little smidges of white on the bottoms of her 2 back feet. You made a liar out of me. And your tail does not have the white tip on it. No, what's you doing there? You catching flies with your mouth hanging open? So tired, Mommy. This girl's very easygoing. She's kind of a roly-poly girl. She's one of the bigger puppies. She really eats well from the milk bar. And she's one of these Labradoodles that's just like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. I'll just take it. I'm not going to fuss about anything. She's quite quiet, but she really is sort of a roly-poly kind of girl. And she is 1.09 kilograms. So she's way up at the top of the litter in terms of her weight. And you can see that in her body. She's a chunky girl. Nice and square, really conforming very nicely to the breed standard. So that's green collar. Next we got yellow collar boy. Hi, handsome. Now, yellow collar boy is the little fellow that I refer to as wearing a nice suit. And that's because similar to purple collar girl, he has all the makings of a tuxedo, but not enough to quite follow through and qualify for that. He's missing the white around the back of his neck, and the white doesn't go up on his legs far enough. However, unlike purple, he has plenty of white on the top of his head and on his face. Oh yes, Mr. Handsome. He's got loads of white on his chest. He's got white on all 4 feet. He's got the adorable, great big white tip on his tail. And he also has his daddy's trademark curls on his head. This is a really pretty puppy. Beautifully matching with the breed standard in terms of having a nice shaped head. Yeah, a good strong stop, and he is a red. His nose is black. His leathers have all come in as black, so he's not a caramel. He is a black boy. He's got really nice ear set too, quite nice and high. Has a little bit of a different shaped head than green collar, not quite as square, but still a nice blocky head and a really nice big blocky body, which is what we're always looking for in Labradoodles. We don't want to have the light framed Labradoodles that have more of a poodle build to them, but we definitely want them to all have that labby look to them where they're nice, big, hefty little puppies, right? Yes. Yes, are you a nice big blocky boy? And Mr. Yellow Collar is the biggest puppy in the litter, and he is 1.17 kilograms, and he is a complete gentle giant. He will always make way at the milk bar for the smaller puppies. He has a very, very lovely disposition. Don't you, handsome? Yeah. And last but not least is light blue collar boy, rather. Sorry, I almost called you a girl. How insulting. How insulting. You're not a girl, you're a boy. We wouldn't want to call you a girl or call a girl a boy. And this little sweetie pie has just some white on the chest, just a little bit of flash. And I believe this puppy is going to be a red caramel. That nose looks to me like it's going to come in brown, and it isn't going to be a black one, and so you're going to be a red caramel. It's kind of funny how the rules are for the colors, because you can see this puppy is a really, really dark, rich red color, and actually more red in terms of the coat color than some of the other puppies who are reds, but that's how the color is determined, is by the leathers. And this little puppy has that little tiny trademark white tip on the tail, but more like his mama Austin's as opposed to his papa Copper's tip on the tail. This puppy is a cute little guy. He's quite inquisitive. He's always moving around. I think he's probably on the lighter end of the scale in terms of his weight because he's a busy puppy. He's always exploring. He's always checking things out. Yeah, he's the first one to notice when Mama Austin comes in the room, and he's just, you can see he doesn't want to sit still right now. Oh no, he's always looking. He's just, well, where's the food? What's going on? What are we doing here? Something must be happening. Yeah, something must be happening. I need to be part of it. That's you. And Mr. Light Blue Collar Boy is 896 grams. So that's all the puppies for the litter. As I said, for the litter as itself, it's all moved out into the doodle den now, which was totally without any fuss or upset for the puppies. Austin was perfectly fine with it as well. We really like it because it means we don't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning anymore. When Austin was sleeping right beside us, she would always get us up at 4:30 in the morning. But now that she's off independently with her puppies, she no longer does that. She stays quiet through the night. So yay, that's always a bonus from our perspective. And these puppies have not started on stall of food, as I said, but we will probably, maybe in time for their next update or just after their next update, we will be introducing them to solid food. We'll let Austin be our guide for that, and the puppies. If they appear to be needing more food and Austin feels like she's getting to the point where she wants some help and showing us that, then we'll start them a little sooner. If they're doing fine, we'll just leave them alone. We like the dogs to guide us in these decisions as opposed to saying, yes, at 4 weeks we start feeding them this and at 5 weeks we do that. We watch the puppies and see how they're developing and what works for them. These puppies will be wormed again this week. We will be doing that just shortly after the video because we do that every 2 weeks. Yes, we do. We do that every 2 weeks just to make sure they're all healthy that way. And otherwise, the kids are doing just great, and they're having no problems being mixed with the other puppies. They're getting used to so many different sounds. So now they have vacuums, washing machines, dryers. They are listening to some sirens, not from here, but we have tapes of sirens and traffic and fireworks, and they're just getting exposed to all sorts of things. And they see our big dogs far more often now too. Our big dogs are all going back and forth and all milling about in the doodle den all the time. And there's always different people in there now, so they're being handled by all of our staff. They're meeting kids and just doing all sorts of great things. And today they've been in a crate. It's the first time they've been in crates with the door closed. There's 4 of them in each crate. We always start the crate training in groups, and they've been really quiet. I'm very impressed. Usually we don't do that till they're 4 weeks old, but these guys are doing a couple of things a little bit early, and that's one of the things that they've done. And they're completely quiet and fine with it. So yay, that's great for this litter. So that's our update for the Southern Neighbor litter. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up if you have a moment. You may wish to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, so you can see all the updates for all the puppies and plus take part in all of our educational videos. So we hope you enjoyed this week's video and that we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.